I'm now joined by Vassilios Live. Welcome, Vassilios.
Thank you very much for your kind invitation.
Of course. We saw you sitting at the jury table there, but unfortunately we weren't covered the winner. Who won the Best Abstract Challenge?
That we don't know. I mean, it was a fantastic session. Top class work was submitted and it was defended brilliantly, and the questions from the audience were very, very challenging. But then the audience had to exercise their democratic right and vote through the iPads. And this has been done. We don't know the outcome yet. The outcome will be announced tonight at the chairman's dinner, actually, in a very formal occasion.
Okay. And then what happens? How can our viewers, either online or other ESOT members, how can discover about this winner?
I mean, they will be announced on the ESOT website, of course, and they can enjoy the abstracts again through the ESOT website. They're all of them top class and very inspiring for their work in the future.
Perfect, perfect. Well, in the race towards Converse, we saw several videos being published and being distributed to all of you. One of them covered you, and you talked about the European exams and the Alumni Symposium that you organized on Sunday, if I believe.
That is correct, and Saturday was a great occasion for us because we had the European exams that are organized by the European Union of Medical Specialists and ESOT, and this is a project that is going on for 10 years, really unique around the world because we are in a position to examine and accredit formally all transplant professionals, and this is surgeons, medical people, coordinators, and immunologists. So this is a unique project around the world, and we celebrated this year 10 years. And we had a formal delegation coming from the American Society of Transplant Surgeons to see how we organize these exams, and this we hope and we will fuel collaboration in the future.
And what would some of the tips be that you would give to your American colleagues? I mean, what are the key success factors of this program?
First of all, we have a much more comprehensive project for assessing and accrediting not only professionals, transplant professionals, but also transplant centers. We have a very robust process of accrediting centers for training in transplantation surgery, medicine, coordination, and immunology, and the same thing for in-training assessment and end-of-training assessment of transplant professionals through a very, very robust VIVA that is being repeated twice per area of examination. So this is something unique.
And this is something they could copy in other areas?
Absolutely, absolutely. They loved it, and we agree that we will collaborate in the future for developing a common way of assessment probably for the future.
Wow, that's very nice. And it's cool because here on Transplant Live we see that not only European colleagues join us because it's the European Society, but we've seen viewers from the Far East to the Far West in the States and South America, everywhere. So I guess we're truly building a global community of transplant professionals. Absolutely,
and ESOT's influence is increasing by the day, so is leading the way in all these issues, for which we are very, very proud.
Exactly. In the video talking about the Alumni Symposium, you told us that you were going to look at the impact that the European exams would have had on the careers of these professionals who'd been involved in the program. Can you share some of the takeaways that were
Absolutely. I mean, this was 10 years since the initiation of the project. It was a fantastic opportunity to get together, pause and think, and see how people's careers have been influenced and what we can do in the future. We have some amazing, and I have to say moving presentations by the alumni that said really that the European accreditation fueled their career and helped them to get to the next level at the European level. And a few years down the road, all of them are at the top of their profession and at the top of their game. But also we discussed about improvement, because we never sleep in peace believing that we have reached perfection. If you do that, you are doomed, basically. Mm-hmm. And there were some very constructive proposals how the whole project can get to the next level, from the point of view of the content and the format of the examinations, from the point of view of enriching the educational portfolio that you need to attend in preparation of the examination, so about the whole package. And we intend to take this forward, very carefully and very meticulously.
And can you already share with us, or do you already have some ideas of how what this will look like in the future?
As we speak, actually, there is a very wide consultation going on, collecting proposals from colleagues all over Europe regarding improvement in the content and the format, especially people who have been involved, either as examinees or examiners or both. And there will be a symposium later on in December that will take place here in Brussels, where all this will be analyzed through very formal workshops. And then it will come with some very robust proposals about the way forward.
Perfect. What is the date of the symposium?
It's going to be the second weekend of December.
Okay, block your agenda for that one. And finally, I'm out of curiosity, you said that there were some moving presentations. Do you perhaps remember a specific story that moved you personally?
I mean, the most moving one was from the alumnus of the transplant coordinators, actually, who said that for the first time she had this opportunity for her work to be properly recognized and accredited. Because unfortunately around Europe, not all countries are at the same level of recognizing and accrediting transplant professionals. So it was very nice to see how much it meant to her and how proud she was that finally her work, her qualification, her sweat, her hard work have been recognized and accredited. And she had the opportunity to take it forward.
And she had the opportunity to share it here in Congress.
Exactly.
Okay, so that was last Sunday. Now, Congress is one more day or half more day, and then we all go back out to our institutions, universities and hospitals. But the Education Committee is still there. What is some of the work the Education Committee does throughout and in between the Congresses?
The ESOT has a unique educational portfolio that covers the whole width and depth of the knowledge needed for any modern transplant professional. And we have an educational pathway, as we call it. So they are not individual courses which are totally disengaged from each other. One is the continuation of the other. So people follow a pathway until they complete their education. And we start with very, very basic knowledge, going all the way to very specialized courses and hands-on courses for surgeons. It's a fantastic educational pathway, and we have relaunched it over the last few years because we have adapted a model of the courses being conducted by a small group of very, very committed educators that spend the whole amount of the course with the participants. Okay. So no business of 10 minutes talk in and out. Yeah. People spend time with the participants, which enriches their knowledge and their potential actually. And people absolutely love it.
But how is this organized? I mean, do these people on the side of their normal day jobs, or are they specifically making time free for the educational program?
Absolutely, they make specific time for it. And all of them, besides the fact that they have a very, very busy day job, they have education dear to their heart because they recognize what difference it made to their lives and they want to pass this on to the next generation.
And they want to pay back to the community.
Absolutely.
Oh, perfect.
Absolutely.
Another thing that's going on besides this educational trajectory, we can share that the talks we've been recording here in Congress will be published on the ESOT educational platform, the online platform for education. Can you share a little bit for people who don't know about that yet, what that is, what that means, what they can find there?
This is classified information, I'm joking. What we are trying to do is to get the educational portfolio to the next level. We live in the e-world.
Yes.
And we want all this education gradually to get into an e-platform. And we start with very, small steps, like for example, we have converted basic knowledge of our educational package into ebooks. That would be one element of it. Second element, as you mentioned, activities like the abstracts and sessions go on this platform. But we are much, much more ambitious than that. And we want basically for people to be able to go into this platform and navigate themselves through this tsunami of information and available education in a way that is totally tailored to their needs and their professional ambitions for the future, actually. So this is enormous work in progress. There is a prototype being constructed as we speak, and hopefully we'll have news for you early in the new year.
And can you elaborate a little bit on how this works? How does the system know what content is tailored for me?
Basically, it's like, the websites for buying things like Amazon and everything else. The more
if you read this book,
the more the system learns about you. So the more you get into the system recognizes who you are, what are your needs, and gives you the information that you want, really, and matches your needs. Wow. And in there, you will be able to find all sorts of things that you can engage, learn, come back to them, and also being assessed at the end of it that you have done it and get the right credits for that.
Exactly.
That will contribute to your overall professional development.
Wow, that sounds very stunning. If I may ask, is any other initiatives or new plans we can expect from the Education Committee?
The other thing that came yesterday from the meetings that we had with the presidents of the National Transplant Associations is that we will try to engage with their educational programs.
Okay. Inside the countries.
Inside the countries, and have some sort of a common agenda and a common educational portfolio, which is meaningful to them and it's meaningful to people who want to have a career at a pan-European level. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done, because we need to go and talk to them and see what they have in place and how we can take this to the next level. But we are very ambitious, and I'm pretty sure it will pay back.
All right. Well, that sounds very exciting. I guess this is your final opportunity to all the viewers that we have, either live or in the recordings, to make a final call out why they should join ESOT if they haven't done so yet.
For the very simple reason that it's the only society which is truly MDT, truly multidisciplinary, very innovative, and number three, and most important of all, offers fantastic opportunities for people to engage in the work and promote the work of ESOT, and not just be attendants.
Well, I guess there's no argument against that. Well, Vassilios, thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the Congress.